Hello everyone, it's your sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to go over the story that I saw was shared on Facebook, and it was shared by somebody named Chloe. So let's get into it. I wasn't going to post about this, but it's so important that people see other perspectives, especially from someone they know. I'm currently 25 weeks pregnant with a baby girl. She is incompatible with life. I found out at 23 weeks that she wasn't going to make it. I knew then what I wanted to do. Oh, that quickly. I knew I wanted to terminate. My baby is suffering inside of me, having seizures multiple times a day. I feel every single one. I knew I didn't want her to suffer any longer. I let my doctor know of my choice, and he said he would schedule an induction for me. Well, Friday came along and the overturn of Roe versus Wade happened. I thought I would be okay. I thought the law wouldn't go into effect for a while. Sadly, that's not the case. I now have a choice. I now have no choice. Yes, you always have a choice. My doctor called me today and told me I have to remain pregnant until this baby leaves this world inside of me, or leaves this world when she's born. What kind of sick country do we live in? But yet we are still here. In where we force a mom to feel her baby suffer every single day until her baby leaves this earth, it's not fair. I never thought this would happen. Now I'm completely lost and torn and confused. If you're celebrating the overturn of Roe versus Wade, F you. I hope you never have to go through this. This is not a time to be happy. Really. First you say F you, then you say, I hope you don't have to go through this. I'm confused too. We should all be grieving the loss of women's rights. Really? Women have lost their rights? Oh, really? Anyway, so yeah, I saw this posted, and then I went and do some more research, and I went and looked. She had 31,000 followers, and then she has a GoFundMe. She has a GoFundMe, and I clicked on it. She was raising, I don't know what the goal was before, because obviously it's closed, but she raised $20,000. And she goes into a story right here. If you can pause it if you want to read it. And at first, because I had a question, I was like, why not induce? If this baby is incompatible with life, why not induce the pregnancy? There, I've known many women that were pregnant at 20. I believe because in the church that I went to, that's what the pastor prayed for. She asked God for the church to be filled with people having kids. So we always had a bunch of people pregnant in the church. So I have a bunch of stories. So anyway, I think the least that I know was like 22 weeks or 23 weeks, one of them. But I know people who have had kids at 25 weeks. Some of them, they had to have them early. Some of them, they were stillborn and whatever. Why not induce it? Why choose that procedure? Why choose an abortion? And then as I looked into the story, because she didn't put it on the first one, this procedure costs over $10,000. And then she had a fund that gave her $8,750 to have this this procedure. But since she raised like over $20,000, she said she's not going to take the $8,750. She's going to leave it for somebody who's in need. But yeah, this doesn't make sense. So somebody's making a lot of money off of these procedures. I'm guessing, everything, flight and hotel, because she has to go fly out. It's gonna cost her over is costing out 17,500. But how much is this procedure? Obviously, because the flight and hotel is not gonna cost over $10,000. No way. So how much is this procedure to have an abortion? Because she's like, I will be able to pay for my abortion. So this is for abortion. So how much is these abortion nowadays? Is that expensive? Because a lot of people are going and doing it, I guess. And her post has gained over 2 million likes. Yeah, over 2 million likes from the story. And I have a lot of, why is this child having seizures? How come in medical history, people's medical history is protected under HIPAA, so you probably won't know. But why is this child having multiple? Is this a medical condition that you have, something that happened? You know, there's a lot of stuff that's being left out. But this is the reason why I started speaking to my children about controversial issues like this, because a lot of times people use like this story, what is happening to her, that's not happening every day, that's not happening every pregnancy. That's the thing. But they use this, and these are the stories that go viral to make you think, oh my goodness, this country's bad, look at what she's going through. And that's just her, that's what happened, that's her experience. This is not what is happening, but this is how they are getting you to even, but like the younger kids, people who are older, you already made up your mind. But the younger kids that say, yeah, oh my goodness, look what they did. They harming women and stuff like that. And so I started talking to my kids at a young age and telling them all the different scenarios and stories that they might come up with. But if you believe something is wrong, it is wrong no matter what. Because there are women that have had kids that were stillborn. They know they're going to deliver a stillborn child, but they opted to do that because to quickly make a decision to get an abortion, where it's like a violent way to take out a child. And then there have been video footage where these people are actually selling the parts from these aborted fetuses. So I don't understand how you so quickly choose to terminate. That's it. That baffles me. But this is the reason why you have to start talking to your kids at a very young age. If you're a Christian, if you're not, that's you. At a very young age, if you are a Christian, because this is what my daughter has a class. Oh my goodness. Whenever they have controversial stuff, they always come up with stories like these to get the kids to decide yes on a particular controversial issue that a lot of people may say no to. And then sometimes you as a parent, you thinking, hey, they too small, I don't need to talk about them. And you wait until they middle school and high school, and then you trying to say, the men and the women, together, and you trying to articulate, and you calling on Jesus help me. But your child already not only know the man and the woman, they know all the different ways and everything. You too late. You waited too late. You waited too long. And even if you raise your child in a certain way, they are still young. They are impressionable, so they can turn at any time. That's why this is something that's a constant thing that you're supposed to teach, and the constant thing you're supposed to talk about. It's not one time, but is consistently speaking to your children about that. If you don't believe if you believe in this, that's you should be a constant too, and teaching them what you believe. But this procedure is very expensive. I mean, this thing gonna cost over 17,000. And I suppose maybe she put up the GoFundMe, didn't get traction, and then the story made her raise all this money, and she was able to get this money. Suppose you were not able to get this money, what were you going to do? Yes, she had the $8,000, but I guess it was not enough. Anyway, but women's rights, these women's rights and women power, I don't take them seriously until the day I see the WNBA get more views and have more people that attend these games, especially women. Then I would start believing in women's rights and women's empowerment, and for women who have made it and who now are charging people over $5,000, $10,000 to teach them what made them a millionaire, what made them successful. Then I'll start taking this women's rights and women's empowerment things seriously. But I don't, because sometimes we women get together in emotional stuff like that when they appeal to your emotions. But besides that, women don't even get along. They don't. Because sometimes for the person to make a way for other, okay, a way was made for you. For you to make a way for other person, the person have to kiss up to you, shout you out all the time, praise you all the time. Even Jesus healed 10 lepers. It was just a number that came back and say, look at me, I was healed. And Jesus had to ask where the other ones was. I'm not going to tell you how much it is, because you need to read your Bible. So you need to go find out how much it was that came back. How much he healed 10, and it was a certain amount, a number that came back. So just to show you that sometimes you may open a door for somebody, do something for somebody, they're not going to come back and be thankful and be grateful. Because this is the thing with the women's empowerment and women's rights or whatever. It's women's rights for certain type of women, and it's women's empowerment for certain type of women. So whatever. And then when they have controversial issues like this, it's always the stories that does not happen a lot. It does not. That goes viral. Because the majority of people who are actually having this procedure are not people that are going through what this lady experienced. Yes, it's horrible, it's horrific what she's going through, but this is not the norm. So now this story has went viral and thousands of dollars has been raised. Hopefully the same energy is kept going with all the other stories and experience that will be coming out, and then you guys support them also and make their posts get millions of likes, and then they get a lot of followers. Hopefully you guys keep the same energy if you really stand for women's rights. We'll see with all the different stories that's going to come out. Anyway, that's all I had to say on this situation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.